Welcome to this special edition of UNI TV. I'm Sean Dangler. Today, we will look at the community service events of student organizations here on campus. We will be showcasing how students here at UNI are selflessly giving back their time by volunteering, helping, and supporting the UNI and Cedar Falls community. Throughout this semester, our very own Carver Terpstra sought out these wonderful student organizations to shine light on their efforts on why they give back to the community.
Yes, coming to UNI, one of the things I was most impressed with was how open students were and how willing they were to go out of their way to help others. As a member of UNI TV, I wanted to provide coverage on this culture of selflessness, servitude, and volunteerism here on campus. So please join us today as we bring you just a few stories of the many great student organizations here on campus that are dedicated to serving the community and giving back.
Right now, from the University of Northern Iowa, this is UNI TV News.
Dance Marathon is the strongest growing organization on UNI's campus since its formation in January 2011. This coming March marks their 4th annual event. Hundreds of students as well as kids from the University of Iowa Children's Hospital and their families gather in the Union and dance for 12 hours to raise money for the University of Iowa's Children's Hospital as well as the Children's Miracle Network. This wonderful organization has already raised several $100,000 in just 3 years.
Besides the big day in March, Dance Marathon has been constantly busy all semester long, hosting multiple events to help raise money and create awareness about the 4th annual Dance Marathon event. Back in September, Dance Marathon got the ball rolling when they hosted a Foam 5K here on campus as a kickoff event for Dance Marathon this school year.
Yeah, I came out here today because, well, for the kids, first of all, but also I like exercising, as you can see. I came out here today with my stepbrother Ben, just because we've been running a lot lately, and I was very involved with Dance Marathon in my time at UNI, and I felt like it would be a cool thing to run because I got to run the color run last year, so and I really wanted to run it last year, so they had the Foam 5K this year, which was hilariously fun. You get to dive in to slip and slides, to foam, to squirt guns, to balloons. It was crazy. I'm soaking wet, and I have lots of foam on me and Kool-Aid. Oh yeah.
Wow, Carver, that certainly looked like a wet and wild time, and a great way to raise awareness about Dance Marathon.
It certainly was. After everyone was able to clean up from all of the foam, I was able to sit down with members from the Dance Marathon executive team, and they shared with me their insights on this great organization.
First question is, please tell me a little bit about yourselves and your position within UNI's Dance Marathon and why you got involved.
Well, I'm Ryan Matasoski, one of the executive co-directors for UNI Dance Marathon. Why I got involved, it was kind of a weird story. Actually, I was running late for class one day, and when my friends told me to sign up for Dance Marathon, I had no idea what it was. I was like, yeah, sure. I went to the event, actually saw how good of an organization it was, realized that we are actually impacting lives, making differences in lives. So that's why I got involved. I loved every minute of it. So.
My name's Sarah Hansen. I'm a junior leisure youth and human service major. I am a co-exec director with Ryan. I got involved because my sister, she founded it here at Dance Marathon with a couple other people. And from the very beginning, I just became obsessed with it and loved it and wanted to be a part of it. So my first year I was a morale captain, and then second year I was director of public relations, and now I'm co-exec director.
My name's Kitty Baum. I'm the director of fundraising. I kind of got involved through a friend. She joined the operations committee my freshman year and just said, hey, tag along, so I did. Went to the event and it was awesome, and then I just continued to get involved. Was on the public relations committee with Sarah last year, and then decided to interview for one of the exec positions and got it, and I haven't looked back ever since. It's a great organization. I love being a part of it. So
It's amazing. How did you come up with the idea for a foam 5K?
There's this really good search engine called Google. Googled a lot of ideas. So, I mean, we went through a lot of ideas before getting to a foam run. We were thinking like a donut run. We did the color run the past few years, and we kind of wanted to go away from that and do something differently. So we kind of just Googled a lot of ideas, and one that really popped out to us was the foam run.
Nice. All right. What kind of preparation goes into planning an event like this?
a lot. I'm not very big. I've never done events before, so this is my first one, and there's a lot more to it than I thought. I kind of made a list at the beginning of this is what I need to do, here's my timeline, and then things just kept popping up. So definitely a learning experience, but the university was great. They did a lot of stuff for us. Some other organizations on campus helped a lot too, so definitely got to use your resources and stuff like that, and I learned a lot doing it. So yeah.
I know we spent a long time looking for or trying to learn how to build the foam. That was something that we've never done before, so we had to experiment, YouTube and all that stuff, figure out how to build a foam machine. So that was pretty interesting from our perspective.
So you built it like by yourself?
Yeah, they were.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was an interesting, very, very janky, I would say. So I don't know. It's just a YouTube video, homemade. You could tell it was definitely homemade. It wasn't professional, but it worked.
It seemed to work very well. Yeah. How excited were you from the turnout from the 5K?
Sure. We were excited. I mean, any time that you can get hundreds of college students out to an event for your organization, I mean, that's success to me. And it's a way for us to kind of get the word out about Dance Marathon. It was the first event of the year, so we had a lot of freshmen that came out, which was surprising. So that's definitely a way to get them involved and interested and ready for committees and the rest of the year. So I was impressed, definitely.
One thing that I really liked about it was the fact that it was on campus. We had over 100 people running through campus wearing all orange, and that's just like, not only is it a fun event to have, but it's a giant publicity thing for Dance Marathon to see people like looking out of their dorm windows being like, why is there all that orange? Why are they having so much fun? So that was what I was really excited about to have on campus.
Are you planning on having another event like this in the future?
We've had a 5K every year, so I would assume that we would have one of some sort. We kind of go with like what the trendy 5Ks are. So the past couple of years, like we said, it's been the color run. Now it's the foam run. So who knows what it will be next year? Maybe the same thing, maybe expanded or completely different.
What are some upcoming events that Dance Marathon is planning to get people excited about the big day in March?
Yeah, well, on October 9th, we're actually going to have our Orange Party, which is the kickoff to a registration. Also, we'll announce who is becoming a morale captain. Then later on throughout the year, we'll have certain give-back nights throughout the year. We're planning faculty, staff dinner that faculty can come and buy a plate of food as a fundraiser for our organization. There's also like the Black Tie Affair, which is kind of like a mini Dance Marathon, give people a little taste of what Dance Marathon is like, but it's not close to what our event is. So all that stuff will just kind of build up to our big event. But yeah, we have quite a few planned. Anything else you guys want to add to that?
I think the one thing that we try and what we're pretty successful in with our events is offering things that no other organization has on campus, and it's a way for students to reach out to other students that they might not particularly talk to, might not be in a friend group, or their major or something like that. And so that's what I'm specifically proud of for Dance Marathon is it's just like a general mass of people from all different backgrounds and interests and everything that get together. And it's a pretty cool thing when they all do that.
Yeah, so my committee is in charge of a lot of the events that we do for the organization, and all of them have crazy amount of ideas. Like I have 30 people on my committee and they all have a ton of ideas, so it's interesting to bring those all together and narrow down what we want to do and I mean, October and November are pretty full of ideas right now, so it's a good problem to have for sure.
Definitely. As members of the exec team, what are some things you have done to prepare for another successful dance marathon?
Well, we do have 13 exec members, and all of us have been doing our own little thing to prepare for it. But I know sponsorship has been, they'll be going out to businesses soon, getting donations. They have operations. They're just starting their process of getting everything built. So we've done a lot so far, but for the actual event itself, that'll come more so within the next couple of months. Right now we're just in our beginning stages of fundraising, but I think we're getting pretty far, doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty daunting task to plan all of that, so having 13 people on the exec team is really, really helpful. And having people like sponsorship will start right now for the big event. And then we have entertainment and operations, which their main goal is planning for the day of. They don't do anything else. So we have certain committees that are starting already, and then other ones are just trying to get the hype up for the event.
Yeah, and like I said, we do events throughout the year, so that's that's a way to raise not only money but awareness as well. So that's a good way to recruit people to be in our organization and to be a part of the big day. So that's how I'm getting ready, is just raising money throughout the year and not making it a last minute thing.
How many Miracle Kiddies is UNI hosting this year? And from talking to the kiddos, how excited are they and their families for the big event?
We currently have 34 Miracle Kiddos. They range from, I believe, 2 years old to we have a 16-year-old from all different medical illnesses. We aren't exclusive to cancer or any kind of thing. So we have kids that are premature, kids that have had leukemia, kids that have Down syndrome, just a pretty broad spectrum of them. And talking to a lot of Miracle families, a lot of parents, at the 5K, one parent said, "Oh, my daughter thinks that Dance Marathon is the greatest day of the year." So it's really cool to have them come to that and be excited and feel like a local celebrity for that.
And that's what makes our organization worth it, is seeing all the enjoyment that the kids get out of the day of. Seeing them be happy, seeing them not have to worry about being in the hospital. That's what makes our organization well worth what we do, well worth what the time we put in for.
Awesome. What are some new changes to the upcoming Dance Marathon event that you guys are particularly excited about? If you'd care to share.
I think this year we kind of started out saying we're going to be bigger and better and bolder than ever before. So we really want it to be people come in and they're like, wow, this is life-changing. So we don't really have a lot of particular things planned out quite yet, but we want it to be like people walk in and they know they're at Dance Marathon and they know what it's for and they know they want to come back again.
Yeah. And I think one thing that we're going to try to do this year is make it more known to the community what we're doing. Because a lot of people at UNI know what UNI Dance Marathon is, but we want to kind of expand out to the community and get the community support for our organization as well. So I think that's one thing we're going to try to focus on before our event, so that way at our event we'll have news crews and community members come in and want to check out our event too.
Yeah, and I know that people who are in charge of operations and entertainment, they have lists of things that they want to do. So, I mean, we keep it the same theme every year, but there'll be a lot of new stuff too. I think that they're really excited to get started. So.
Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to share in regards to the Dance Marathon?
Well, I just think we've all been hard at work. We are a very, very determined group of people, and not just our exec team. We have about 150, 200 committee members. So we are a really large organization, and that just goes to show how much students at UNI care about these kids, which I think is very, very important for everyone to know, that there is almost 200 students that are there just to help kids. So we are giving back to our community, and that's just one thing I love about UNI, the amount of give-backs that students at UNI have been doing.
I think our community has been a really big help too as well. So I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that's helped out, not only our community, but our committee members, faculty at UNI who said, okay, yes, you can stand up in front of our class and talk for the 10th time about your organization. Just everyone that has let this become a part of our community and our culture at UNI. A huge thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. For more information on UNI Dance Marathon and keep up to date on the upcoming Dance Marathon events, please visit the website www.unidancemarathon.com, and like their Facebook page and follow them on Twitter at UNI_DM. For UNI TV, I'm Carver Terpstra.
It looks like Dance Marathon has great things in store for the next couple months. I'm excited for the big event in March. Let's take our first break, and when we come back, we'll have a live interview with Aaron Kaiser from Volunteer Tuesday.
College is an avenue for learning that can lead to successful job opportunities in the future. However, the education you need cannot be gained simply by going to class. Joining Cedar River Productions is the best way for you to get hands-on experience and one-on-one help with technology that will be crucial for your future. This is your chance to get ahead of other students by gaining knowledge about new technology. You'll be given all the opportunities to turn your ideas into reality and fine-tune your skills and abilities along the way. Make the most of your college experience. Become a member of Cedar River Productions.
Experience, the community, the chemistry, the expertise, the right fit, and all the opportunity in the world to create your masterpiece.
Enjoy the university experience in perfect proportion. And because we teach how to learn, the students of UNI are well prepared to create a lifetime of masterpieces. Create your masterpiece. Experience the University of Northern Iowa.
I am a future Panther.
I am ready to transfer.
I am building my skills.
I am social networking.
I am investing in my future.
I am challenging my students.
I am running my own business.
I am UNI.
I am UNI. You can be too. Visit IamUNI.net.
Welcome back to UNI TV. Every Tuesday, the Service and Leadership Council, in cooperation with the Volunteer Center of the Cedar Valley, have organized opportunities for students to get involved in the local community and give back through volunteering. Today, we invited a guest, Aaron Kaiser. She'll talk about the activities of Volunteer Tuesday. Let's go to Margot.
Thank you, Sean. We're excited to have Aaron Kaiser here, the Volunteer Tuesday co-executive chair, to meet with us. Welcome and thank you for stopping by UNI TV. Please tell us a little about yourself.
So I'm Aaron Kaiser. I am the co-chair of Volunteer Tuesdays, like you said, and yeah, I'm part of Service and Leadership Council, and it's really great to be here.
Can you tell us a little more about what is Volunteer Tuesdays?
So Volunteer Tuesdays is a committee underneath the Service and Leadership Council's basically umbrella, and we go off campus every week and spend about 2 hours per session volunteering at different places like the food bank and the Boys and Girls Club, just helping out there.
That sounds awesome. What is your position exactly in the organization?
So I am one of the co-chairs for Volunteer Tuesdays. My best friend Elise is the other chair, and Service and Leadership Council has a bunch of different committees for service projects, and yeah.
How did you get involved in this organization?
So I participated my freshman year in the Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service for our SLC and ended up loving it. And so my best friends and I decided that we were going to commit 2 hours a week to Volunteer Tuesdays, and eventually it just worked my way up the chain.
And how did you hear about it?
At Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service.
Oh,
it was really cool.
You just saw it on campus and you just joined in?
Yeah.
Is there still events going on? How do people on campus get involved like you did?
So the easiest way to do it is go to our website. Just go to the Student Leadership or the Student Involvement Center's webpage, and you can hitch right over to our page. It's www.uni.edu/involvement, and
that has all the information and how to become involved.
Yep.
Awesome. Can you tell us about some of the events that you have coming up?
Our biggest event coming up for SLC is Martin Luther King Day of Service. It's going to be in, I believe, January 11th, I think. It's that MLK Day that we have off for school. And students just can come, and it's about 4 hours long, and just volunteer and do lots of really fun stuff.
That sounds like a blast. I tried to get involved one time, and it just conflicted with my schedule. But what are your guys' organization goals?
Our biggest goal is just getting our students involved outside of campus or even on campus for a little bit. It's a really rewarding task to help out others, and so we want to try and get as many people to experience that as possible.
That sounds great. Why are you passionate about the organization?
I am most passionate. Well, I'll tell you a story. So, favorite thing to do is go to the Boys and Girls Club because we get to work with these adorable little kids. And it's so interesting to just see how your interaction with them for like 30 minutes can completely change their day.
Right.
And it's really, really rewarding to see smiles on people's faces.
Oh, I'm sure. I work at a daycare and seeing their smiles every day makes me happy. And these kids are more in need of you guys to come around. Is there anything else you want to tell us about your organization?
Just that there's so many different opportunities that anybody can participate in. We have the Stop and Serve committee, and all you have to do is volunteer for 5 to 10 minutes on a weekday, and it's really easy to do. Otherwise, we have full days, like days of service, that you can do as well.
So you have the event in January. Can you explain like exactly what what did you do at your event last time? When it really drew you in, what were they doing?
So when I volunteered 2 years ago for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we ended up going to a nursing home. And it was really cool. We just sat and talked with the elderly, and we danced with them and made all kinds of like fun crafts and stuff. It was really fun. I know this year, they have so many different options that you can do. I know they're thinking of doing a campus cleanup and just a lot of different stuff.
Old people and children, everybody loves them. So these sound like some really fun events. Maybe I should try to join in my last semester.
Oh yeah.
But does it matter what year you are? Anybody can join in on campus?
Yeah, anybody can join.
Any major?
Yeah, it's honest to God open to anybody anyone who shows up, we will take you.
That sounds fantastic. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for telling us about all the great things on Volunteer Tuesdays. And we hope to, or if you would like to be a part of the Volunteer Tuesday, please contact Student Involvement Center by calling 319-273-2683. Now let's take another break, and when we come back, we'll look at a community service event that has been thriving on campus for over 50 years.
I am a future Panther.
I am ready to transfer.
I am building my skills.
I am social networking.
I am investing in my future. I am challenging my students.
I am running my own business.
I am UNI.
I am UNI. You can be too. Visit IamUNI.net.
Discover the place, the thinking, the numbers, the canvas, and all the opportunity in the world to create your masterpiece. Learn how to learn at the University of Northern Iowa, and you'll learn you can create a lifetime of masterpieces. Create your masterpiece. Discover the University of Northern Iowa.
Welcome back to UNI TV. For over 50 years, the American Red Cross has worked with the men of Sigma Alpha Epsilon to help host their bi-semester blood drive here on campus, making it one of the oldest community service partnerships here on UNI campus. I sat down with Eric Martin, the philanthropy chair and blood drive chair for Sigma Alpha Epsilon, to talk about the blood drive. Hi there, I'm here with Eric Martin, the philanthropy chair for Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity and student blood drive coordinator for the American Red Cross. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, first off, tell us how did you first get involved with the Red Cross and what made you interested in wanting to serve as your chapter's philanthropy chair as well as a student blood drive coordinator?
Well, in high school, I was involved with the Red Cross there for a bit. High school, I had a couple blood drives, got involved in there. My senior year, actually helped kind of plan, coordinate, get students in and out, make sure they were okay. And came to college, joined fraternity right away. Found out that our major philanthropy is Red Cross. So naturally, I had a drive to do that, and I was involved very early on with the blood drives. And when the opportunity came, I ran for philanthropy chair, won it, and that's how I became coordinator for the Red Cross and our blood drives here on campus.
Back in high school, how big were your blood drives usually?
Our school had about 1,000 kids in it. We'd have about 150, 200 kids come in and donate, and staff as well. So, I mean, it's pretty comparable for what our usual turnout is here. So,
which usually is how many units?
It's about 150, somewhere 150. Yep.
What are your responsibilities as your chapter responsibility chair and as a student blood drive coordinator?
Responsibilities? Well, I organize everything from top to bottom. We start planning about 7-8 weeks out, of course, as the semester allows, as early as we can. Start planning advertising, venues, advertising, getting just really everything together, making sure everyone's on the same page. Chapter, Red Cross, a bunch of coordination, communication, but yeah, that's the major responsibility. And then of course getting students to sign up, come to the blood drive, donate, and make sure everything runs smoothly on the day of the blood drive.
What has been the hardest challenge you faced as a student blood drive coordinator? What else have you been in charge of since coming here to UNI?
I have officially been in charge of 2. The semester before, I was good friends with the philanthropy chair, and he kind of let me organize it and really get my feet wet, so I knew what I was going into. But officially 2, and I've had my hands in obviously coordinating and organizing blood drives before, after my term, since I was an older veteran. So any questions or anything like that, they come to me. So I've always had my hands in.
What has been like the most successful blood drive for you today? As far as numbers.
My most successful was my first one, actually. I had 175 units. I had like 200 people walk through the door, and of course some get turned away.
Where was that one located?
That was on in the Mocker Union in the ballrooms. Yep, had 175, and then I followed that next one up with about, I think it was 80, 85. So I had about 230, 240 total units in the semester, which was huge. That was a new high number for us at that point.
How much in advance, I know you still want to address this, but how much in advance do you have to start planning to get things ready for your next blood drive?
Our master sheet, over the years we've coordinated a master sheet of kind of week by week, here's what you should do. It says about 7-8 weeks out, start planning. Obviously, coming into the fall semester, coming from summer, it's a little tough to do, you get a little time crunch. Winter is pretty good, but it's about 7 weeks. You start planning, start getting permissions, venues, getting everything organized. So, and of course, the more advertising you can have out for longer is always best.
Aside from running the blood drive the day of, what are other things that you must be done by Sigma Alpha Epsilon and yourself to ensure a good turnout for the blood drive?
We have sign-up tables. There we go. In the union for the week or 2 leading up to the event, and of course we also do phone calls to previous donors, emails, newsletters to campus and staff. But those sign-up tables, we have a table in the union and right in the lane of traffic, so we can either hand out flyers or ask people to come donate, and they can sign up for a time, which helps it's like a speedier express lane for them. And that's how we get a big chunk of our donators that day. And then walk-ins, of course, are big, and advertising goes into that too.
Thank you very much.
Hey, no problem.
What a great thing to get behind. I heard that for every donation you can save up to 3 lives. For more information on how to donate, please visit www.redcrossblood.org. Well, that's all the time we have for the Community Service Show. I am Sean Dangler.
And I am Carver Terpstra. Thanks for tuning in to UNI TV. If you have a creative idea for a variety show in the finals weeks, please contact Joyce Chin at joyce.chin@uni.edu. We'll be sure to discuss with you about the production. We'll see you next Thursday.